5 red lights to kick off the races here in Bahrain. Here we go then. The lights are coming on. 3, 4, and 5. And they were held for a long, long time. It's not a great getaway for the pole sitter, and Quackman already up into the lead. What can they do? Stand at 4th already. It's all going wrong for the man at the top as they head down to turn 1. We get the rear view of this. Do they all make it through safely? Looks like they do at the start. Quackman's still in the lead, but battling with Harry now. It's had an amazing start in the Virtuosi. There's one of the EARTs. I think that's Dylan James GP cutting across the grass. They both struggled. Ben Tell as well in trouble further back and has a time. His weekend has just got even worse as it's 3 wide for the lead now. Quackman on the inside, Harry in the middle, King on the outside there as well. They're still side by side as the downs of King and VF2 are Tim, who's gone from 10th to 3rd in the first few corners. Phenomenal stuff. Has just made contact with his teammate. He's gone round. It's all gone wrong after what was an amazing getaway. He's still somehow recovered alongside Ben Tell. Lettuce, who was on pole, now in 10th. And just trying to stay alive here in the Ollie Caldwell car. Not a great getaway from him. Struggled off the line. Dylan James GP now has a penalty under his belt. Not the best of starts for him. And it's getting tight up the end. That's VO2 on Tim going into the back of Bappo. Well, this is Joel GP lining up Quackman potentially for a move for 2nd place. Harry, who would like to take as many points as he can with his rivals struggling. Is loving this, and there's the move from Joel GP to the outside of Quackman. Quackman, who has 1 point only in this championship, and now down to 3rd. It would be amazing if he could get a podium out of that. This is getting a bit feisty with Worth Anemone as well, and CL16F, and that is Tim as well. It's Tim again in the wars today. The top 2 in the championship are in, serious trouble. That's another incident. We didn't see the start of that one, and there's a big crash up ahead. It's Lettuce out. I believe it was Ben Tell involved. I thought for a second it might have been Dylan James. It's not. Ben Tell in big trouble. Turn 10, yellow in turn 2. Jess B's had a moment, unfortunately, at the rear of the field. Harry, though, leading the way comfortably. Look at Quackman, though. The battle for 3rd heating up. It's going to get very tight there for a second. And the Rodin Carlin car able to hold off for the time being. But how long till the Dams catches back up and has another go? Maybe even the turn 1 here. King looking like the quicker driver. Quackman just trying to hold on to a podium. You're a quarter of the way through this race already. It is absolutely flying by. Has a time jumping up position. VF2 Tim gets past Dylan James GP, who's in the pit lane. And he's retired. So something up with Dylan James GP, and the man in 2nd in the standings is out. As down the inside goes No Name. King's got past Quackman for 3rd as well. Further up the road, this is all kicking off here. And from a championship perspective, VF2 Tim, who, that's King spun. King's gone round. It's all kicking off now. King down to the bottom. VF2 Tim's back up onto the podium again. He's just got past Quackman. And Joel GP and Harry, just the 2 cars up ahead. This is ridiculous. Solodge now tripping down the order. He's made some sort of error somewhere. It's now side by side with Anemone. And they're 3 abreast through the S's. That very rarely ends well. Look at Solodge getting a little bit feisty up the inside. Never give up in Formula 2, and that's what we're seeing at the moment. And I tell you what, Harry will be looking at this and thinking, great, this is my opportunity to jump back up into 2nd in the standings. But Joel GP wants this win as well. Joel GP, 9th in the standings, 46 points, looking like he could take a win if he can play his cards right. Seems to have the pace over the Virtuosi as things stand. Will be in DRS range now of the man ahead of him as he heads down towards turn 4. Will he make a dive? No. Thinks better of it. He's got to think about Tim coming up as well. But I tell you what, the Virtuosi runs wide, and that doesn't actually provide an opportunity. Solodge dropping down the order. I think these guys are still absolutely going at it. We've got side-by-side action up ahead. It's one of the VAR cars. It's Bingo and King. And No Name going side-by-side. And that's another incident. That's another incident. They both somehow lived to survive another day. And whoa, nearly no. I tell you what, that's not. It's Anemone. Anemone is not going to survive another day. He's into the barrier. Oh. And that was a bit clumsy from those that went off. Quackman now gets past Awakens. And Bappo up a position. You've got the... Bappo's dropping back, actually, I should say. What about the battle for the lead? That's still tight. It's happening absolutely everywhere you look here around Bahrain. I said in qualifying you get exciting races, and this is no exception whatsoever. Awakens and Quackman fighting further behind, but we care more about this battle for the lead. VF2 Artem with a 3-second penalty now. Might go on top of the one that he may receive for the incident with, I think it was Bappo earlier on. That's just my call, though. We'll see what the stewards think of it. Here we go then. For the lead to the inside goes Joel GP. As VF2 Artem sets the fastest lap. The man at the lead of this train has just changed over. No, it hasn't. They've hit each other. Oh, no. Joel GP loses it on the rear and hits the side pod of Harry. So Harry's back into the lead, but is there now potentially side pod damage to that car? Gaps have even out a little bit. Apart from back here where Hazard time looking to get a move on Solos. That's not a place to do it. Thank God he didn't go around the outside there. That could have been an utter plane crash. But you've got Bingo up the road who also might look like a potential move for Hazard time. We'll see what he does. We have 2 out 10 with another fastest lap. That's 2 in a row now as the gap has been hard. It was 5 seconds a couple of laps ago. Now down to 2.5 for Joel GP, but another 1.7 to go. He wants to get the race leader. It's going to be a push, I think, for the championship. Needs to edge out enough of a gap and take the win here. What can Hazard time do? Goes down the inside on the high tech and gives him space. Nice little bit of racing between these two. That was lovely and clean. A word that I've not had to say so far today, unfortunately. But up into 8th place then goes the car. Let's see. We've got a quarter of this race left to go. 4 laps left come at the end of this one. Maybe it's not over yet. Maybe it is not over yet for Joel GP. He needs to get within that second buffer. It's this part that he'll really struggle with, the less downforce he'll receive from that damaged end plate. Well, I say damaged end plate, missing end plate. But we'll see. It's not so much of a problem in Formula 2 as it is in, say, Formula 1. And that's a mistake from Harry, isn't it? Yes, it is. I think he definitely lost the rear coming out of 10. Joel GP does the same thing, but the gap coming down is not over then for this win. Joel GP very well could look at taking it from Harry here in the closing stages. We'll see what happens. But Hazard time still behind Bingo. That's looking a lot closer actually as we head through 9 and 10, and behind him as well Soloj and Bappo quite close together in the battle for 9th. So a lot still going on, and here comes the move to the outside of turn 11. It is an ambitious one. Can these two play it safe? Yes, they can. And the inside line opens up. This could be a phenomenal move if it all pays off. And it does so. Great move there from Hazard time. Outside to inside. Is it over yet, though? Because Bingo might be thinking, I want to go back at this if I can maybe avoid it. Let's see how they do into the final couple of corners. Does the VAR go for it? Yes! And does he get away through? Maybe. There might still be opportunity into turn 1 here. We'll have to wait and see. They move in the battle for the lead. They're heading to turn 4 at the moment. Bingo coming to the inside line again. This is a phenomenal battle between these two. Can he hold it, though, on the inside? And then maybe squeeze the Cullen out? No, plays fair. Gives the Cullen on the inside, and maybe the run it needs to get ahead, and does get ahead. Really fair racing between those two. That's really good to see. Joel GP half a second behind Harry, who seems to have another wobble there on the exit of 11. Does that maybe just set up an opportunity into turn 1 on the next lap? We'll see. Look how close they are now, but the lap times are counting down. Bappo's just got ahead of Soloj for P9. But this is the way we really want to focus at the moment, at this fight for the lead between Harry 331121 and Joel GP 88. And look how close it's getting, despite the damage to the front wing of the car, or the Campos car. Somehow he may well be able to pull this off. We'll have to wait and see. DRS is now in effect. Here we go. He's going to the outside. It didn't work for him last time. Switches to the inside. A brilliant dummy there, but can he pull it off? He's going for the dive bomb. There's contact again. Side pod to front wing. But that was a phenomenal move for the lead. Is it over? Now it may well be. Joel GP on the penultimate lap gets into the race lead. Can Harry do anything about it? Into turn 4. We'll try and hang it around the outside. It was a good attempt, but it was not going to work. Didn't have enough of a car up ahead. That's brought VF2 our team somewhat into this. 9/10 back from this group. Maybe put him in DRS range and see if he can maybe make a move in the last lap. But it's Joel GP, who now with that 6/10 buffer looks pretty good. He's damaged the front wing, but it does not seem to be affecting his performance incredibly. But the man, 9th in the standings, only on 46 points, maybe up for the win. He had a wobble out of the final corner, though. This may well be Harry's last chance. The Campos ahead going defensive and trying to break the toe as we head down into turn 1. The toe is going to be hard, but is it enough? It's a dive from the Virtuosi. We'll go for the cutback as the Campos runs wide. It may not be over yet for the battle for the lead. And there's a great run up the inside. And it's... Oh, this is going to be too good. Side by side then as we head down towards turn 4 for the final time in the sprint race. The inside line for the Virtuosi. And he has managed to somehow take that lead back. It is not over, though. There is still half a lap to go, and that Campos will be wanting everything now. The Virtuoso is running a little bit wide through turn 7 there. Might provide an opportunity. It does provide an opportunity down the inside to 8. That's not where you see it overtaken. He spun it again. Oh, it's all happened again for Joel GP. That first win of the night has just gone up in smoke. Into the final corner we go. He can't do anything. Try as he might. It's been a crazy race for these... Oh, it's felt like longer than 12 laps. But Harry comes through and takes the first win of the night. Joel GP will finish second and VF2 our team will finish on the podium. Wow. That was a race and a half. Awakens finishes in 4th for Trident. King in 5th. And then Quackman has a time. Bingo. No Name and Soul Lodge will round out your top 10. Babbo in the walls today, as was Jess B and CL16. A bit of changing around. Soul Lodge up into 9th. No Name down to 10th with the penalties. Babbo, CL16 and Jess B rounding out the grid. Be Worth Animo, Dylan James GP, Bino Ben Tellen and our pole sitter Lettuce. The 4 drivers unable to finish. And crikey, I need a break.